ג' עמוד בייס, כ"ג עמוד בייס, we starting from כ"ג עמוד א', 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 lies from the bottom. אומר רבונה, חצר שיש לה שני פתחים, a חצר who has two entrances, where the net Hanukkah is supposed to be placed by the entrance of the חצר. So if it has two entrances, classic like by me, from both sides of the street, צריכה שתי נרות, needs two נרות חנוכה, one on each side. אמר רב ולא אמרן אלא משתי רוחות. This requirement to put on each entrance ner Hanukkah only if the opening are two sides of the street, two streets. אבל מרוח אחד, if both of the opening on the same street, on the same side, לא צריך, you don't need to have two. My time, what's the reason? The Gemara try to understand. אילי משום חשדה, if it's people might suspect them, random people, not local people from the city, rather people from another city going to pass by and they're going to see that one, they don't know that the two entrances belong to one guy. And they're going to assume, okay, there are two people who are living over here. And one of the Jews over here doesn't light Ner Hanukkah. So if they suspect for outsider, not local people, they might going to see that you don't have Nerot Hanukkah. If so, even in one side, you should light the two entrances because people are not going to know that one person lives there and they're going to assume there is two people and one of them doesn't light Hanukkah. Now, is the chashad of the Bnei Mata, if it's chashad of the resident of the city, which they know that on this street there is two entrances, one on each side. On this house there's two entrances, one on each side. If so, even from two sides of the street, as shouldn't require both sides. Because if people know that there are two sides, even if they're going to see there is no light on one side, they know that on the other side might be light of Hanukkah. The Gemara says no. Be'emet le'olam. You understood the problem, Rafi? The Gemara question, we said the halacha is, if you have two entrances to your chatzer, if it's from the two sides of the street, like in my house, you need to light both sides. But if it's from two entrances on the same side of the street, you don't... No, some simple, two sides. If there are two entrances to the house, like on one side and another side, two gates, two opening, one side it's enough. So the Gemara's question: what are you worried for? If you're worried for an outsider, people are going to come and they're going to see one of the houses is missing light.
But what do I care if they?
Because Ner Hanukkah is for people to see. So people are going to.
Imagine you walk by on this
Maritime. You go.
No candle on Rabbi's side.
באמת, ואני עם בעל הבית, מה אכפת לי מה הם חושבים, כאילו אם יש חנוכה או לא?
Jew needs to take into consideration another Jew.
אם יש לי מנורה, אני שמתי מנורה.
אבל אם יחשבו שלא...
שיחשבו!
אומרים שההנחה זה המסודר.
לא, מצחיין, סיכמנו. So the shaila להדליק במקום שהוא שם, להציב במקום שהוא מניח אותו. So the shaila is that, so what's the problem? If it's a problem people outside of the city, if that's your problem, why on the same side you don't need to light? They're going to assume maybe somebody else live on the other side. They don't know it's the same guy live on both sides. And they will suspect the Jew didn't light Nerot Hanukkah.
Even
So
on the
if
same
it's
side.
problem, even the same outside people, even on the same side should be a problem. But if the problem is for the neighbors, what's the problem to do only one side? They're going to know that this guy has another entrance, and you put it on the other side. If so, why do we still requiring it?
On both sides, your neighbor would still know you have both sides from both streets.
So, if it's the neighbor, they know you have another side. Even they're going to see missing on one side, they will know it's on the other side. The Gemara says,
This is for people who are not in the neighborhood, not in the city.
if it's not on the city, then even on the same side should be a problem.
That's the Chadasha?
That's a problem.
Chashada
Yeah,
is the name
Chashada
of-
D'Alma, Chashad, suspect. So if it's outsider in the same street should be a problem. The Gemara says, Lo Elon Be'emet, Mishum Chashada de Bnei Mata. The problem is from the people of the city. But the Zimnin, sometimes people, Chalfi Be'ai, Velo Chalfi Be'ai. Sometimes they're going to go on one street, they're not going to go on the other street. Ve'amri, they're going to say, Kechi de Be'ai Pitcha Lo Adlik, Be'ai Pitcha Nami Lo Adlik. They will assume, just like you didn't light on one side, also on the other light, you didn't light. So people would not think negative about you and will assume wrongly. Just you didn't light on the first side, you didn't light on the other side. Therefore, Chachamim require both sides.
You do that?
No, because today, I forgot what we said in halacha, people are but we don't do it today. I mean, I don't. The Gemara says.
No, you put on both sides.
Your house is the perfect definition
I put
of
it this side. I put 2 on this side.
You put 2 on the same
No, but your house is the
I
perfect
tell you why,
definition
because
of
one
this.
I want to have in the house, it's nice.
Oh.
And the other one outside for the halacha, by the box. First I do the outside, which is the halacha. Then I do inside for the fun. הלכה חיצוני.
יותר פרסומי ניסה.
כן. עומר אבינה.
לאשתך מותר להבריח חצר שבפנים? אם אתה כבר הברכת?
יצאתי אותה.
הבנתי אותה.
Yeah, but...
העליתי אליהו אולי, כן, זה מתנו ברכה. אוקיי. the Gemara says, ומנה תמרה דחיישינן לחשד. How do we know? The Gemara bother with what's bothered Shon. How do we see that we are concerned for suspect? People might suspect you. Who cares? Let me live my life. What the heck they are to tell me what to do? The Gemara says, Tanya, that's to you, but you need to have to him. Tanya, Omar Rab Shimon, Zog Rab Shimon. בשביל 4 דברים אמרה תורה, for 4 things the Torah said, להניח פאה בסוף שדהו. There is a mitzvah to leave a פאה. There is a small corner that you need to leave for aniyim if you have a field. So at the corner, you gotta have for the poor people.
Like leave them food?
Yeah, when you harvest your field, all 4 corners you need to leave
The things that
for
fall,
aniyim.
right?
Huh?
The things that fall, basically.
No, that's something else. It's 3 things. So one of them is pe'ah. So pe'ah, you need to leave some at the corner. So the special thing, the Torah said it's got to be at the corner. You cannot leave it in the middle of the field. Why? Because the corner tastes better? It doesn't make a difference, right? So why? Why? So let's see why. There are 4 reasons why the Torah says when you leave the food for aniyim, leave it at the pina, the corner. Lama? Number 1, the Gemara will send and explain. מפני גזל עניים, because people might steal the poor people. ומפני ביטול עניים, people might
steal the poor people.
I will explain it in a second. ומפני ביטול עניים, and you're going to waste time of the poor people. ומפני החשד, people might suspect the guy of not giving. ומשום בל תכלהו, because of the pasuk, do not harvest everything, rather leave the corner. Let the Gemara explain. מפני גזל עניים, what's the reason of people going to steal from עניים? That means שלא יראה בעל הבית שעה פנויה. The בעל הבית is harvesting this field and he's going to see, okay, nobody is here. He's called texting his relative, a poor guy, ויאמר לקרובו עני, he's going to tell his relative, a poor guy, הרי זו פאה, this is פאה, go take it. So if will be by the discretion of the בעל הבית where to put a פאה, he might decide, okay, I'm putting the pea in the middle and nobody knows. This is pea. Go cut it and it's yours. So if there is no specific location, he can play games with the pea, and to give it to somebody's relative. Therefore, pea is always at the corner. He cannot tell anybody, okay, it's over there. Nobody knows. It's in the corner. Number 1. Second, because of the aniyim will be betul. מה זה ביטול? A waste of time of aniyim, bitul Torah. Lama, because they're going to sit over there. Where is, like the computer game? Where's the pea? Over here, it's jumping every time. Now you know it's in the corner, don't give me stories. This is the pea, goodbye, we're going home. שלא יהיו עניים יושבים ומשמרים, that עניים wouldn't have to sit and watch. עכשיו מניח בעל הבית פאה is now. Oh, and the pea is later. So in order to prevent them of worrying where is the pea, you put it in the corner and they know where is the pea. ומפני החשד, that's related to us, because we don't want people to suspect them. שלא יהיו עוברים ושבים אומרים, pedestrian shouldn't say, תבוא מהרה נעל אבי אביו, should be a course לאדם, to this man, שלא יניח פאה בשדהו, who didn't leave a פאה in his field. So you see, we worry for people that he didn't do pea, and they don't know you put it in the middle. Therefore, the pea always got to be in the corner, and you see very clear when people living, pea. So you see from the Torah, it's got to be on the corner. 4, to prevent people thinking bad about balabayim. So from the Torah, you have a responsibility that people shouldn't think bad about you. A guy told me a few weeks ago, he's in the middle of a divorce, and people talking about him. He said, you know what my friend told me? At least you know the truth. I told him, no, you're wrong. that's your friend. The Torah doesn't say that. You can't do anything. If people think bad about you, you gotta clean your name. You have a responsibility that people shouldn't suspect you. You don't need to take bad about the other side, chas v'shalom, but you gotta clarify your name. Clear. You can't say, okay, זו האנשים, השם יודע. No. You gotta act accordingly, and you gotta do it right. Last one. ומשום בל תחלה, ומשום בל תחלה, the pasuk said, do not harvest everything. The Gemara asks, אתו כולו משום בל תחלנינו? Isn't everything because of בל תחלה? What's בל תחלה? בל תחלה is the commitment to live פאה. So everything is because of you have to live פאה. What's בל תחלה? The Gemara says, אמר רבא מפני הרמאים. Talking about ordiners who are liars, who transgress the mitzvah of Bal Techaleh. And they're going to say, people are going to come to him, איפה הפאה? We already left it.
Oh, they're gonna lie.
They're not going to know. So in order for people not to be able to lie that they gave already פאה, Chachamim said the פאה must be at the corner.
Where people can see.
When people can see. So then the guy cannot pretend as if he did פאה. So as I state, be worried for Chashad. You gotta be careful. People shouldn't think bad about you. Do things right, correct, and Hashem will give you bracha. We can finish the daf. אמר רבי יצחק בר רדיפה, אמר רב הונא, נר שיש עליה שתי פיות עולה לבית בני אדם. I don't want to bring pictures here.
שכחנו כבר, וואי.
צריך לנצל את האינבסטמנט גם.
I was getting a call.
בעיה.
Fine. Fine. וואו. התחלתי להתחלה.
מישהו אומר לי, מה יכול לעשות בבית? אני אומר לו כלום. אבל אני מנצל את הרעיון של השרים.
Whoa, Rabbi, that's from the beginning.
I remember that.
That's the roof, it's so close, you hit your head and your knee.
רציתי גם לומר לרב, לפעמים הסיפורים שהוא מכניס באמצע, מאוד מאוד מעניין.
כן? זה לא מייבש?
לא.
אני חששתי.
דבש.
פה למדתי את זה בשדה תעופה, וגם לפני למדתי במים.
כן.
תודה. רציתי להגיד, לפעמים זה מפריע הערות, כי לא שומעים.
מה זה עוגה?
שמדברים, במיוחד שזה מוקלט, אז זה קצת כאילו שומעים את הרב.
So I told the guys, no, not to have too much comment. זהו.
כן.
אוקיי, נר שיש לה שתי פיות. This is a candle, hold a candle. נר, a candle which has two holes.
זה לא
So case
ברגיש?
number one. נר שיש לה שתי פיות, עולה לבית בני אדם. So Raphael can do one over here, and Emmanuel can do one over here.
להדליק?
That considers two separate candles, כן.
אבל מה באמצע? לא מבין.
שום דבר.
שמן.
נראה שיש לה שתי פיות. שואלת, כאילו שמן, מה שזה. שואלת. Next one. עומר רובה מילא קערה שמן, the next one, והקיפה פתילות. If he took a bowl, an oil, והקיפה פתילות, and he put wicks on it, כפה עליה כלי, if he covered it, it can work for few people. לא כפה עליה כלי, if he didn't cover it, that's good only for one person.
מישהו זה נר חנוכה?
מה זה אחורה באמצע?
למה זה...
זה לא מנורה.
שמן כנראה.
למה זה טוב לאחת? זה כמו מדורה, כמו אבוקה.
No, so that's why he said if you covered it, it looks
No, if you don't
separate.
cover it.
Yeah, that's why זה לא כפה.
אז
לא, אפילו נכון. מילא קערה שמקיפה פתילות, כפה עליה כלי, if you covered it, עולה לכמה בני אדם, it's good for few people. לא כפה עליה כלי, if you didn't cover
It's
it,
open, then it's for one
עשה כמין מדורה, it's considered as a bonfire. And therefore,
We can use bonfire for
no,
one.
even for himself, he doesn't work.
אז הוא יצא רק בל"ג בעומר.
כאילו-
חובה. בל"ג בעומר הוא יצא חובה, לא בחנוכה.
כי למדנו באחד לא? עכשיו למדנו שמדורה זו...
לכן, it's like מדורה, so if you didn't put a kli, if you didn't cover it, it's like מדורה.
So covered is for one?
Let's do it inside again, let's do it inside. אמר רבי יצחק בר רדיף, אמר רב הונא, נר שיש לה שתי פיות, a candle says two openings, עולה לבית בן אדם, is good for two people. אמר רבי מילא קערה שמן, he put a bowl full of oil, והקיפה פתילות, and he put wicks, כפה עליה כלי, if you covered it, עולה לכמה בני אדם, it looks separate and it's good for few people. לא כפה עליה כלי, if you didn't cover it, עשה כלים בדרו like a bonfire, ואפילו לאחד, נעמי אינה עולה. Even for one person, it's not good. Now some fun גמורה. אומר רובה, פשיטה לי, it's פשוט to me. Everything is fun, but this is funner. אמר רובה, פשיטה לי, נר ביתו, candle of his house, ונר חנוכה. נר ביתו עדיף משום שלום בית. If you have נר שבת, to light, נרות שבת ונר חנוכה, what's more important? שלום בית, before everything.
What?
שלום
אבל
בית,
מה
אחי.
בקשור שלום בית? בגלל שלתת אשתך לעשות את זה?
לא, אם לא יהיה לך נר בבית, נרות שבת לשלום בית.
תדפוק את הרגל בשולחן, תתעצבן. אחרי זה תביא את הקריזה על אשתך.
The real pshat of שלום בית, I should explain, that Rambam says that ner Hanukkah must be done together. You need to, ner Shabbat, you need to prepare and she needs to light. There is a mutual work together. Finally, you do something together, right? So there, even sometimes I'm a little bit on last minute, I'm asking my kids helping me, but I try to do things, some of it myself, in order to make sure Rambam says gotta be together.
Nice to have
So
a
that's why
little
Shalom Bait, yeah. That's why it's called Shalom Bait.
אתה תשים את זה,
You gotta be part of it, that's why Shalom Bait. So Shalom Bait נוח בעשר, הרבה יותר חשוב, much more better than נרות חנוכה. נר ביתו וקידוש היום.
Wouldn't it also just be because it's Shabbat? Shabbat is much higher
לא.
than Hanukkah?
לא, let's see weiter. נר ביתו וקידוש היום. If you have, כן, שבת candles או קידוש היום. נר ביתו also better משום שלום בית. Candles or wine for קידוש. What's better? You have either money for candles or wine for קידוש. So candles is better, שלום בית.
לא.
ביי רובה.
עם יין אנחנו...
אפילו למרוקאים. ביי רובה. נר חנוכה.
could do it on bread still.
שלום בית? מה כאן דורייתא? לא, זה
You
common
have money for bread
sense.
of this, you have money for bread.
דורייתא, לא כתוב בתורה שלום בית.
רבי, בקידוש אנחנו שנינו נהיה שמחים. אני שותה, היא שותה, אנחנו שלום בית.
תעשה קידוש של
Let me ask you a question. What's more important to you, wife?
בירה.
Flowers או קידוש?
וודקה.
Flowers, אחי. ביי רובר, נר חנוכה. נר חנוכה וקידוש היום.
שתי
עכשיו נר חנוכה עם קידוש היום, מהו? What's more important? קידוש היום עדיף תתדיר, קידוש for Shabbat, it's before נר חנוכה, or דילמה, נר חנוכה עדיף, it's better to have נר חנוכה משום פרסום וניסה, to publicize the miracle. So what's better? קידוש because of תדיר, it's more common, or נר חנוכה because it's more פרסום וניסה. אין פה פרסום שלום בית. כמו זה, בתר די באיה, אדר פשטה. After he asked, he answered, נר חנוכה עדיף משום פרסום וניסה. I gotta publicize the miracle.
מה?
לא נותן טעם, למה?
לא, משום פרסום וניסה. פרסום וניסה is always override.
אמרנו, נר קידוש היום עדיף, תדיר.
He asked, what's more important?
ניסה.
It was question, what's more important, and it's פשוט more important נר חנוכה than פרסום וניסה than תדיר.
Just to show you how important Shalom Bait is.
No, this one's Hashem.
כן, ג'נרל שלום בית אחרי. Somebody told me, yeah, I want my wife to, when she, like, אחי, הלכות, leave her alone, because as long as she comply with the basics, רוב תציג. comply with the basics, it's fine, because all of חומרות, שלום בית override. אמר רבונה.
קידוש דאורייתא,
פרסום וניסה, פרסום
קידוש
וניסה.
דאורייתא וחנוכה זה רבנן.
לא, זה קידוש דרבנן פה.
קידוש היום מדובר על לאנץ' או קידוש
בלילה,
בכלל
אתה
היום?
עושה קידוש בעיקרון, אז לא, אתה עושה קידוש בכנסת. לא חייב על היין, היין דרבנן. צריך לעשות הלחם, כמו שאמרנו.
האישה?
זה תשובה יותר טובה. עומר אבונה, הרגיל בנר, somebody is used to having candles or doing it right, הביא לבנים תלמידי חכמים. בוא נתן נר חנוכה ולב תלמידי חכמים צ'נג'ן.
איך הוא עושה מה?
זהיר בנר חנוכה. נר חנוכה או נר שבת? רש"י אומר, שבת וחנוכה, either candles. כתוב נר מצווה ותורה אור.
מה זה זהיר אבל?
It's careful to do it right, enough oil.
שמן זית ולא...
זה weird, כמו שצריך, כמו שצריך, לא depends, כמו שצריך. אז זהיר במזוזה, you want to be careful to do מזוזה properly, זוכה לדירה nice, when you have a nice apartment, actually house, better. אז זהיר
I should
בציצית,
invest from now.
כן, מזוזות, אחי. אז זהיר בציצית, somebody, I always was very careful in מזוזות. Every time I move apartment, I got to know מזוזות and better מזוזות.
Kevin.
Once I heard that the סופר, אני מחכה לו. Once I heard that one of the סופר I bought, his wife didn't dress full צניעות, I got to know מזוזות. It's concerned for that. Always מזוזות is the highest thing to be worried for. אז זהיר בציצית, somebody... somebody is careful on ציצית, זוכה לטלית נאה. It's going to have nice garment, nice clothing. אז העיר בקידוש היום, somebody is careful in קידוש, to do it with wine properly, זוכה וממלא גרבי יין. הוא have the זכות to have a lot of barrels of wine. רבונה, wine seller. רבונה, אבי רגיל was used to, יש לך? תראה לו. כ"ג עמוד ב', רבונה.
הרב יכול לעשות גמח מזוזות.
בדיוק מה
רבונה.
זה.
נשאר לך.
בדיוק מה
אתה
זה.
יודע כמה זאת אני מעיף? תראו. רבונה, I just put another 150 more. רבונה, אבי רגיל. I'm encouraging people to buy new mezuzot. People moving a new house. Rabbi, can you check, אחי? Spend so much on the house.
What do you mean? You don't take
take it
your
off?
mezuzot from
No,
your
you
house?
Take the old one, but better put new ones.
Why?
מה אמרת
זה עיר
עכשיו?
במזוזה,
מה
זוכה
עכשיו
לדירה
אמרת?
נאה.
מה אמרת? מותר
When
להוריד את
people
זה?
are moving, I always encourage them to get new
למה?
ones.
What do you do with the
Let's say
old ones? The old ones are perfectly
So I
kosher.
take from them the old one, and people who cannot afford mezuzah, I give the old ones to others. So that's at least. I have a
אבל
guy.
מותר להוריד.
סבא, father-in-law of Lior checking it for me for free. All of them is the mezuzot people are giving me.
But why,
And then
if they went in
by the way,
good,
I put new bags, so I'm מרגישים שזה נראה טוב.
if they went in good, why do we have to check it? Like you checked it the first
Mezuzah,
time?
that's how I live. My father, I learned it from my father. Whatever you don't, mezuzah always get a new one. Mezuzah, I'll tell you a quick story about mezuzah. Scary. I think you heard it. My sister had problem in her eyes. And בעיות בעיניים, problem in her eyes. So my mother sent a letter to the Lubavitcher Rebbe. At the time, what to do? And the Rebbe responds, check the mezuzot. So my father said, okay, shkoyach, you know. My father is not a Chassid of Chabad, but he said, we ask, we do. So he checked the mezuzot. On her room, her mezuzah on her room, her name is Nurit. The word Enechem, Ain, the letter Nun was broken. And Nurit had problem in her eyes. So that's mezuzot. That's why it's so sensitive. So extra careful when it comes
Have
to
to be
mezuzah.
very, very careful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
מותר להוריד ולשים חדש?
No, so if you leave the house and another Jew come, you don't take it out. Take off.
You don't take it off.
Huh?
You don't take it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave it for
I
him.
left. I didn't take off. Because another Jew
So
came
they
in.
fixed it, or did you take
Huh?
it off and put it
הוספת
on
לו
the
במחיר של
You
הבית?
can what?
fix it, or
This
did
is the
they
price,
take
אבל
it
with the
off?
mezuzot?
Where? The house that you live?
No, the one in the store. Did they fix it, or did they put a new one on the door?
The one? Which one?
עם אחותך.
No, we put a new one. No, you can't fix mezuzah.
It's like Torah.
You can't fix mezuzah. If you have mistake in mezuzah, it got to be by the order. So if it's out over. So if you have a mistake in the mezuzah, let's say at the beginning, Shema Israel, and you finish it, halach alecha. If you have mistake toward the last two lines, you can erase it and then go back where you finish. Got to be a sidra.
So if you have a nice mezuzah on your front entrance, then you spend a lot of the shell, not the
I
mezuzah
just
itself.
want you to know, nice big mezuzah has no meaning. People that miss big mezuzah, אין לך על big.
But if okay, so something like that costs you spend a lot on the shell, you
No,
don't
but
take
I
that?
did it here. It looks good in Shorashim, but it's not a mitzvah din.
No, but you would leave. Let's say you would.
What if you wanna
leave
take that
You want
with
to take
you?
the shell. You can leave the mezuzah. You can take the shell, whatever. It's like the whole thing's got to stay.
No, you can take the shell. Very good question. I had in my house.
המזוזה זה הקלף.
In
זה
Maple
לא
Ridge, I had
הבית.
the opposite. The guy said he has his own mezuzot, so I took my cloth out, and he put back his own cloth.
Beautiful.
So you left the shell, but you took the clef.
Okay, because it was big, nice on the door. He likes it.
But you said, that's my
And he
question
paid
was,
Bukhari
רבנו,
cash.
you're saying to leave it if it's somebody else coming in, אבל אם אני גר בבית ואני קניתי מזוזה יותר טובה, אני יכול להוריד את
בטח,
השני
להוריד את השני עם ברכה.
יותר
כן,
עם ברכה.
כן, כן.
יש כאלה נזהרים 30 יום דווקא של
לא, לא. לא, רק שעשית את זה לבדיקה, אתה יכול לשים עם ברכה. מזוזה חדשה זה לא רק גדול. אוקיי. רבונה. אבי רגיל, בעזרת השם נגיד מסכת יומא, we'll learn more about it. רבונה אבי רגיל, it was used to, דאבי חליף ותני, הפיתחה דרבי אבין נגרה. Ravuna used to go often by the entrance of Rabbi Abin. His name was Abin Nagra. He was a carpenter, and he used to go by his house. ודאבי בשרגי טובה, he used to light a lot of candles for Shabbat. Amar, tre gavre ravrevi nafki meacha. Two big men will come out of this house. Nafki minayu came out of them. Ravidi baravin veravchie baravin. The two famous Amoraim came out of this Rabbi Avi.
brothers?
Okay, another story. Rav Chizda, Averagil was used to. Chali Vetani used to go always back and forth, Apitcha de Benasha on the entrance of the father-in-law of Rav Shizvi. So he used to go on the father-in-law entrance of Rav Shizvi. Chaza Yiso, Ta'aviragil Beshragi Tuva. This guy had a lot of candles. Amar Gavra Rabba, Nafak Ma'acha. Big man gonna come out of here. Nafak Minayu came from him. Rav Shizvi, he had a special big son-in-law, Rav Shizvi. Says Rashi, Chatanim Techatano Kebno. Son-in-law is like your son. You treat him nicely and give him apartment. So therefore, so son-in-law is like the son. Devito de Rav Yosef, the wife of Rav Yosef. The Rabbi said this story, the following one, I'm always saying it to couples, and I think it's a message for life. Unbelievable. Devito de Rav Yosef, the wife of Rav Yosef, Ave me'achra umadlaktla. She used to light candles late, after Shkia. נכון, Rashi says, מאחרת, סמוך לחשיכה, she used to light it after שקיעה. Why would you tell your wife you are the Rav Yosef? The Eiliger, Feidiger, Lichtiger, Zistiger Rav Yosef. And your wife lights candles after שקיעה. What the hell wrong with you? You're gonna go to hell. Lighting or, come, מה זה? Shabbat! Shabbos! מה, what's wrong with you? They have Shabbat. How did Rav Yosef tell his wife, do not light candles late?
By not saying.
Did he bring it at the halacha of Mishnah Brura? He was talking to her emotions. Listen to unbelievable. It's mamish. Amar la Rav Yosef told her, Tanya, it said in the Braita, when Bnei Israel were at the desert, lo yamish amud ha'anan yomam ve'amud ha'esh laila, will not leave the pillar of light, was the Amud Anan. During the day we had a special
the clouds.
Anan, the clouds, and at night we had clouds of fire. So he said he didn't leave, לא ימיש, הוא לא עזב, he never let go. What's the pshat לא ימיש? מלמד is teaching us שעמוד ענן משלים לעמוד אש, ועמוד אש משלים לעמוד ענן. He's telling us that they overlap. So before the Amud Anan left, the cloud, the regular cloud left, the cloud of the night came before, while it was already day.
Yeah, so
and in the morning, the same. So the transition of turning on the light when Hashem for Bnei Israel was during day, not when it was already night. So you tell him, honey, if Hashem treated us so nicely and He gave us light before it was dark, let's treat Him the same. Let's give light before it's dark. Guys, He didn't give our criticism. It's unbelievable. He didn't say anything about Chilul Shabbat. For me, it's mind-boggling.
No, that's...
No Chilul Shabbat.
I wasn't
He's just telling
yeah,
her, honey,
crazy.
honey, you know what? God treated us so nicely. Let's treat Him also nicely. Let's have the light before Shkia. That's
Wow.
how you can give a message to your wife. There is no way in the world to criticize a wife. My Khatan teacher told me, and I'm giving it over to my Khatanim, never ever criticize your wife for two reasons.
It doesn't work.
Number one, it doesn't work. Number two, tzar ba'alei chayim. I'm sorry. You're suffering her. She suffer because it doesn't work. Why would you do that to her? That's unbelievable. Any message you want to give to your wife, if you're doing it on an emotional way, she's going to get it. תל לו רסור, אמא שלך, לא יעבוד, זה never work. Okay. So look what happened when you're doing it so well. The Gemara says, Savra le'akduma. She said, wow, I'm going to do it during lunch. Earlier. אמר לה, הוא סבא, תנינה, כתוב, בבלבד שלא יקדים ושלא יאחר. You cannot do it too late and too early. Do it normal. You know how much impact he had on her when you use emotions a nice way. אני מתרגש מזה.
הוא אפילו לא אמר
עומר עובד.
הוא לא אמר לה צריך להקדים. היא סברה מעצמה.
היא הבינה, לפי סיפור, לא רק לא בסדר, רק תראי מה את עושה. היא רצה לתת יותר מוקדם, רבו ישראל. עומר עובד, next one. דרכים רבנון, the one who loves רבנים חכמים, אבה לבניים רבנן. Because his children see what he loves, and he want him to love them, same as the level he loves חכמים. That's happened to Avi Ovaknin. Avi Ovaknin always מכבד, אוהב חכמים. Even though they always give me money, to say always nice to people. Mensch, זכה בילדים, תלמידי חכמים. The מוקיר רבנון, the one who respect rabbis, אבל לחתונת הרבנן, he will have חתנים, רבנים. The one who loves rabbis, his children will be rabbis. The one who respects rabbis, Shalom, but don't come to my house, I'll give you a check. So that's respecting, every Shabbat, other people in his house, Rabbani, unbelievable. Now, the Dachil Merabanan, the one who's afraid from Talmidei Chachamim, who Gufi Ave, Tzuve Merabanan, he himself will be Talmid Chacham. Ve'ilav Barachiyu, if he's not on the target to be Talmid Chacham, he doesn't have the right skills, Mishtaman Milei, Kitzuve Mirabanan. People will listen to him like Talmid Chacham they listen to. So he will be very respectful. Can you stop over here? Next time.